Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Krahak Kadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, and faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to your apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Indians, and speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations. Like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person or so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Let me lock this door. Shit. I don't know if I don't remember locking that door when I didn't lock it. But anyway, man, you speckled birds out there that look like so-called where I left off here. Well, anyway, speckled birds look like the heathens. Might look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Back at the park, another walk and talk. Walk and talk / highway hedges, but I gotta get in the shade because it's daggone hot. And I'm scared the phone go over here. I'm charging the phone with a little battery bank. Charging the phone with the battery bank. Plus, I'm recording, so that's gonna be more stress on or more heat generating off this phone. So I need to get to the shade. And I don't know what videos I got to play today, but something hopefully it's gonna be edifying and informing. It's just packed full of information and you know, get into the spirit, Lord willing, the spirit be on me. Get into the scriptures too. Let's see what we got. I have something. What is it in 2020? No, in 2025 we will need more convince. Oh, let me see. I'm in the shaded area, so it's gonna be a lot of mosquitoes that want my blood. Let's see what we got. Nope, don't want to play that. Whew. What do we have to play? I think I had a video about. I think I had a video about. I don't know. Did I have a video? I think I had a video about digital ID. I can't remember. See, they got this movie. I haven't really talked about this movie, but they supposed to be coming out this year. I guess called Soulmate. Instead of it's A. Instead of where the mate is spelled M-A-T-E, is M-8-T-E. I don't know what the 8 for, but whatever. But it's this Edomite looking bitch. It's a cyborg. And it's just like that movie called, Companion. Yeah, but now this motherfucker go haywire. I guess the same damn thing that the guy who owns the robot mate or the companion robot, he modified the damn thing and did something, and now she's just a fucking nut, a robo nut, killing everybody who is in contact with this guy or whatever. But let me see, what do we have, man? I'm trying to find something. Yeah, I swear I had a video. Total Control. Let me see. Yeah, I might play that. I don't know. Might play that. I might not play that. The place I normally be sitting, I could be sitting over there today, but it's a hut. It's a metal roofing area. I usually sit at people over there having a cookout. Yeah. Let me see what we got. I still ain't found anything to play. I'm not sure if I want to play this or play that. Alright, I'll just play this one. Coming from the End Time Headlines. Some Christian dude. But anyway, total control. This is what total control looks like. Let's get it. And oh yeah, I'm going to play this video. I'm going to get into the scripture, my best ability, say whatever God say through spirit and power. We help by Shema Bashad, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhakadash. Lord willing, be on me. Let's get it.
Summer's here and got nothing planned just yet? Turn life on with Groupon and get a water park day without...
All right, a Georgia family says that they have been forced to sell their home to help power AI data centers.
Oh, I remember that. It was the little Edomite chick. Looked just like a mama. She was doing all the talking. And I think they were talking about that shit for some months. Or probably back last year. But yeah, they want to take the property pretty much intimate domain. Shit. And they ain't gonna give her much anyway. They gonna take the property. And that's pretty much gonna be about it. And I bet you they gonna get their way. They gonna get it. And it'd be so fucked up if these motherfuckers do force you out your house. And that's what it gonna come down to. Yeah, man, the society we live in and this world we live in ruled by wicked men that'll take you out. Oh yeah. Let me get that scripture. I ain't even opened up my notes. I hope I don't forget what I plan on going to. What scripture I'm going to. Oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. I'm trying to remember that when I get there. Alright, I got it open. And let's go. And go ahead and start off the video with a scripture. To get there in time. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they press because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And another thing too, this is a Edomite. I mean, they look like so-called white folks or Edomites, but let's just say they are. That's fucked up. They're doing this shit to their own people. And then hell, it's Edomite women too. It's an Edomite single mother with 2 daughters and shit. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about their own. They don't give a fuck about their own women. Hell no. Shit. But either way, they doing this to their own people regardless. Putting them out of their house. They give them a couple chump change and that's it. And say, have a nice day, nigga. Got this shit. Yeah, they gonna force them out of that house. Oh man. I remember the video of that shit. With the bitch from Georgia Power, this fucking heifer, talking about something. What she said? This is gonna be great for AI. They should. I was like, this bitch is fucking retarded. I'm like, let that be you, nigga. These people can't see it being themselves, cause you know they couldn't see this shit being themselves. But anyway, this is what's going on. They oppress a man in his house, and they taking shit from you. Hey man, these Edomites suffer, man. They going through some hard times, man. And that's too fucking bad. Too fucking bad. I remember I was watching this one dude video. It was a brother video. He had, was it Arrows of Indignation 144? He had like a 4-minute video I played today talking about this Edomite bitch talking so proudly about, yeah, we didn't steal this land. We conquered this land. We fought for this land. Right. Anyway, and I'm like, now your land, now your low-level nigger ass is being taken out. Ain't that some shit? Your own people fucking you over. That's why I can't stand these motherfuckers. And then you got this little pale, this little red, little pinkish little nigger bitch talking about some damn, pretty much the same shit. Talking about how she hate everybody, but she doesn't hate everyone. I'm like, which one is which, bitch? Damn, you should be hating, you pretty much hate yourself. But hell, y'all so lying to yourself, acting like you motherfuckers acting like y'all the best of the best. Nigga, y'all the worst of the worst, and your own people are fucking you over. Big time. Shit. And you niggas don't even see it. But let me get back to, it's 12:44 on the clock. All praise about your mama Shah. The Wadi How about your mama Shah. Let me get back to the video. I'm a little hyped up now. I'm forgetting about sweating. I ain't even sweating as much now. Since I got all fired up. I got spirit on me now.
For AI data centers. We're going to talk about that today and why this is just the tip of the iceberg on how these data centers are going to continue to expand and continue to increase across the entire country. We're also going to talk about a new report.
Oh man, I'm losing signal. Shit.
That is expecting these data centers to drive our electricity costs up $6.3 billion across 13 states. And then we're going to talk about 7 ways
Come on.
the next vehicle that you drive is going to control every aspect of your life. You don't want to miss this one. And then we're going to talk about how these flock cameras are building a GPS tracker for those same vehicles that we are driving on the roadways every single day. So we got a lot to talk about on today's program. So let's go. Program. This is End Time Headlines, news and headlines from a prophetic perspective. We want to welcome you guys here on YouTube. Everyone will be tuning in from Facebook. And of course, you guys out there in podcast land, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I am your host.
Oh, shit.
Ricky Skipper, the founder and the voice of End Time Headlines. And as I said at the introduction of this,
And just let you know, if my phone, if the recording ends at a certain time, without me doing the outro or whatever, exiting out like I normally do in every video, that means that the phone is overheated and it shut off automatically. So, anyway.
Talking about the B system. I mean, this is where it's at, guys. I mean, the B system is not slowing down. And I'm talking about the infrastructure for it. We're not in the B system yet. We're not in Revelation 13. We're not even in the tribulation yet. But
I mean, we're not in the B system, but pretty much we are, technically. Hold on, I gotta move shit around. Technically, we are in it, but it's just not full throttle, 9,000 RPMs to the engine blow up. Like for example, you know, martial law, and now AI is in full control. Now you got to get a chip implant. That type of full throttle, 9,000 RPMs to the engine blow up. That type of level. We ain't at that point yet, but we soon about to be. They just need some false flag events to pop off some shit and give them niggas a reason. Esau and these heathens a reason, the elite ruling class a reason to go online with that shit.
Framework and the infrastructure is just accelerating at a breakneck speed. And this is why we discuss this constantly. And we want to, we want to talk about matters that are relevant to you and I. And this one's going to hit on that. And but look, before we get started, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. When you hit like and subscribe and that bell notification,
Fucking hell.
it's going to be beneficial to you and
It's buffering. I ain't got no signal out here. Go this way. Okay, it just ain't playing. Might have to switch over to another phone. Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to another phone. Ain't it funny? It's got 4G LTE, but why is 4G LTE acting like it's fucking 1G? It's fucking retarded, man. Only way you can get a signal is at 5G. And this other phone got 5G. Yeah, let me switch over. This is ridiculous, bro. Now the signal just ain't even there. It just flat out. I don't want to use this phone because somebody might freaking call. But it's whatever. It's better not to have an interruption on the phone that I'm using to record. I'm glad I'm just using this phone to record. It's just only for that. It don't have no service anyway. Oh man, what we gotta do? Alright, let me open up YouTube. Go back to the video I was at.
Does kidney disease cause itching? It does. And if you are itching right now, I need you to pay attention because this is not a...
I didn't know that.
We're going to talk.
I never knew that. Let me look it up. Does kidney disease cause itching? Yes.
Yes. Advanced kidney disease often causes persistent itching, which is different from allergies. Standard treatments often don't work. It's best to see a nephrologist or dermatologist for options.
Damn, that's wild. And then, man, infirmities, there's something else.
B system is not slowing down. And I'm talking about the infrastructure for it. We're not in the B system yet. We're not in Revelation 13. We're not even in the tribulation yet. But the framework and the infrastructure is just accelerating at a breakneck speed. And this is why we discuss this constantly. And we want to, we want to talk about matters that are relevant to you and I. And this one's going to hit on that. And but look, before we get started, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. This is a free gift we want to offer everybody.
Goodness
Or dare to.
gracious.
We're going to show you in just a moment. They're being forced to sell their home in order to power AI data centers, and they're calling this straight up theft. They're calling this again straight up theft. Let me give you a little bit of a synopsis of this, of what's going on, and then we got a video we're going to watch. The utility giant Georgia Power is pushing to build a 35-mile transmission line through rural Georgia to meet massive electricity demands. Oh, and we'll talk about the massive electricity demands in a moment. This project requires acquiring more than 300 parcels of land. In that 300 parcels of land, it means gobbling up family homes. It's been there for decades. Memories established, generations established there. Georgia Power estimates that 70 to 80% of the power on this new line will directly serve tech data centers fueled by the AI boom, while only 20 to 30% will support normal residential.
Hey, let this be Jake. Let this happen to Jake. Oh, you want to hear a peep from this shit on the news? Maybe a little bit, but it won't be a big deal. Cause when was it? They made it a big deal. Was it like a little Edomite women? Yeah, they're making it a big deal. It's on damn near every damn news outlet, even YouTube podcasters talk about this shit. Heck yeah. But let this be Jake. You want to hear Pete?
And commercial growth. Now, homeowners, through this expansion, homeowners are facing an ultimatum. They'll sell voluntarily, or they will have their property seized through what is called eminent domain, which is a legal term for a legal process where a private entity, in this case, it would be Georgia Power, or the government takes private property for, quote, public use with compensation. So we've got a video on this. This is very, and I do want to warn you guys, this is very emotional, especially if you are one of these families that is a victim of this. So in this case, this is in Georgia. Let's go right into
given
this.
an ultimatum to sell their homes, or the state will get this, take it to make way for AI data centers. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has more.
I'm a single mom. I worked hard for everything.
How do you put a price on a home you never intended to sell? One filled with more than 2 decades of memories.
I think I was 5 or 6 when this was built.
The yard where you buried your pets. The greenhouse that fed your family.
Wow.
When you talk about what being on this property means to you,
Yeah,
right? It's y'all's.
it's ours. It's our family. We belong here.
But Ansley Brown's childhood home likely won't be here much longer. That's because the state's largest utility, Georgia Power, says it needs the area to make way for a 35-mile-long transmission line.
Georgia Power has been here for as long as Ansley's mother has owned this property. It's just beyond the tree line. Now, with the expansion of this latest project, they're looking to take the 2.5 acres the house sits on.
Georgia Power says increasing demand has outpaced the capacity of its existing grid, and building a new transmission line requires acquiring more than 300 parcels of land.
And again, this is only the beginning, guys. It's not just gonna be Georgia. You're gonna start seeing this throughout the United States. Remember, 700 more data centers, and these things are equivalent to multiple Walmart supercenters. That's how much space these things take up.
Including residential properties.
What did your mom tell you she wanted for this property to be?
Generational wealth, true generational wealth was the idea.
So much
and now
for
it's
that.
being stripped from us.
Georgia Power estimates 70 to 80% of the power on this new line is expected to help.
Well, she talking about generational wealth, but that shit ain't nobody having that shit. There ain't no such thing in this time of age. Fuck no, cause these devils here taking everything from your ass. And now these people here, these regular little Edomites, they getting the taste of what we had to go through, or a feel of what we had to go through. I ain't gonna say taste, but they getting the feel of what we have to go through. And this is little. Anyway.
Data centers. It says the remaining 20 to 30% of power will serve the state's growing residential and commercial demand.
Georgia Power told us that they feel as if they've done this process responsibly. What would you say to
Responsibly.
that?
I disagree.
Wow.
You can't tear down 35 miles of rural Georgia and it not hurt something or somebody.
Right,
And to say that you're doing it in the name of data centers is a slap in the face to us, our community, our animals.
Brown's mother recently came to an agreement with Georgia Power to sell. Brown says if she didn't, the utility could have sought to acquire her property through eminent domain, a legal process that allows private property to be taken with compensation for projects determined to serve a public purpose.
All power generation starts somewhere.
Holly Lovett is a Georgia Power spokesperson.
Eminent domain is always, a last resort for us, and it's something we never want to do.
I mean, are we supposed to empathize with that woman? Are we supposed to feel sorry for her that, well, that's the last resort. We don't want to do that, but we will if we have to. Or we don't want to do that, but we will if we have to.
$1 billion company stealing land from smaller people who can't fight back. We don't have the money to fight Georgia Power.
So that's why a few months ago, Ansley took her story to TikTok.
My childhood home is being taken by Georgia Power.
And by the way, TikTok has been shadow banning and censoring her videos. Shocker.
She began sharing stories of others in similar situations.
What is it taking from her? Look behind me. It's taking this entire backyard.
What do you say to someone who will push back on any sort of offer that's out there and say, well, the price tag can't replace memories?
Right.
Oh gosh, it almost makes me emotional because I have those memories in like my house, and I get how deep.
Yeah, but anyway. Well, them bitch ain't shit. She just a spokesperson, so she just doing her job. And these people they heartless towards their own people. Yeah, they're straight up stone cold heartless to their own people. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, when the righteous are the authority, the people rejoice. See, we got righteous rulers ruling the world. People will be happy, eating good, breathing fresh air, drinking fresh water, having a high moral standards, and living righteously. But instead, the wicked rule. And you can see how this world is. And a lot of these people are so sleeping. They dark side. They don't know what fuck. We living in fucking hell, bro. These people are stupid. But when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourning. And that, just because check this out, these people here that stuck on stupid is in the delusional world, they ain't crying now because they ain't losing shit, but wait till they start losing shit. Why are these niggas all over there dressed in black? Why are the whole goddamn family dressed in black? There's a woman dressed in black pushing a baby cart. I'm pretty sure the baby dressed in black too. The baby is in a damn all black daggone. Man, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, man. Anyway, it's just weird that everybody's all in black. I guess they're in an all black theme because they're supposedly black. And ain't no such thing as fucking black people. It's brown. Anyway. And that's now. Anyway. But this what happened when the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Or when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn.
Deeply.
I mean, I get she's doing her job, guys, but man, this is not a good scenario. No matter how you slice this, the hostilities, the animosity that's going to be building towards Georgia Power, the data centers, and it gets a little bit more interesting, and we'll point that out in just a second. Let's go back to this.
They're going to be finding out who is who, and oh yeah, guess what? A lot of people going to be taking it out on these damn the government officials, Georgia Power, whoever the hell. Yeah, they're going to be going after these people. Who's in charge of shit. And yeah, they're going to be sedition among men and invading one another. I've been just bringing that up because it's true. People going to be that way. I'm not inciting violence. I'm not saying go and hunt somebody down. I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm just calling it like it is because, when people start to lose things, they about to go after people. And people who are responsible for it. Some people don't do that shit. Some people don't go after the people that's responsible for their lives being, all that shit. They go after people that ain't got nothing to do with their lives. Like, say, for example, some of these low-level devil Edomites, they'll go after fucking with Jake just because you lost your job, you lost your stocks, and all this other shit. And pretty much your own people fucked you over. You got to go after Jake just to vent out frustration. How pathetic is that? It's very pathetic. But that's how Edomites be. They don't take their anger out on their own people. Well, some do, but I don't know. But a lot of times, I just know they don't really do that. They just take their anger out on Jake all the time. And that's some weak bitch-ass shit.
People's homes are. I would just say that we see you and we hear you, and we want this process to be respectful and transparent, and that is going to ultimately benefit.
And we're going to take your land. It's benefiting this devil to have AI data centers powering that shit, but it ain't gonna benefit people. Hell, anybody who think they benefit, what the hell is that? Oh, see, you know what I mean? I don't want to use this phone to play videos because I'm gonna get these interruptions and shit. I'll send a message back to this person.
Brown doesn't buy that, and while she knows it's too late to save her home, she says she doesn't want to see this happen to anyone else.
My mom wants an apology. She wants an apology from Georgia Power. That's it.
And it's because of how she feels as if she's been treated.
Yeah. I mean, for an entire year, they have bullied her, and there is no sorry. So that's what we want. We want an apology from Georgia Power.
Now, I did find this interesting. I'm going to go back to the article. What we just heard here, my mom wants an apology, so we hear that. Now, I thought this was interesting.
Yeah, the mom want an apology, but is that it? Shit. They want an apology, but Georgia Power wants your ass out the fucking house and get the fuck on. and they don't even have to give you a check. That's how fucked up these niggas are. They just kick your ass out and not give you shit in return.
Asked if the utility company is willing to apologize, Georgia Power told CBS News they, quote, have worked hard to be transparent, negotiate in good faith, and make the process as easy as possible. Here it is. As for who is behind the data centers, wouldn't you like to know that? Well, the company said, quote, it doesn't publish list of customers to protect safety and security. And guys, it is...
Yeah, so I guess so they won't know who's deeply responsible for, because people want to know that who is responsible for this shit. So maybe in the future, that might be somebody hunting somebody down that's responsible for this shit. You know, like I say, it's a bit sedition among men.
No secret that there's growing opposition, adversity, and hostility towards these data centers. In fact, check this out. Dozens of protests against AI data centers are set for this weekend. Let's read a little bit of this. Data centers have become a flashpoint across the U.S. with communities from a small lakeside town in Wisconsin to the state of New York taking a stand against them. Now a conservative social movement, is calling for Americans to protest the centers. Humans First, this is the organization chaired by former Tea Party leader Amy Kramer, is helping to lead demonstrations nationwide on this Saturday. The organization is calling for the protest to pressure local, state, and federal politicians to, quote, take action against AI data centers, quote, to protect our hometowns, our wallets, and our way of life, and to end the corporate welfare, sweetheart deals, and taxpayer...
And it sounds like it's mostly affecting Edomites. Now, I know Jake's being affected by it, but it's really... Edomites are going to be the ones that are going to really have the voice to go and push this shit out. Now, we have the voice, but, you know, nobody want to hear what we got to say. That's what I mean, the Lord does. The Lord hears everything. Shit. But when it comes to these devils, they only going to hear their own. Yeah. Well, except for the elite of his people. You know, Esau's people. He don't want to hear this shit. It's like, boo fucking who? Here's some money, get the hell on. Shit.
An organizer toolkit from Humans First points to make common arguments against the growing AI industry, including tax breaks for data centers, increases to power bills, and AI's threats to youth mental health and American jobs. Now, speaking of increase in utility costs, look at this headline. Data centers expected to drive $6.3 billion with a B and added electricity costs across 13 states. This report indicates that a power auction conducted by PJM Interconnection, which is the nation's largest electrical grid operator, is expected to add $6.3 billion in additional charges to the electricity bills of millions of households and businesses across 13 eastern states and the District of Columbia within the next 3 years. So I want everybody's undivided attention right here.
K-12 makes going back to school easy. We deliver an education that takes your child beyond.
So I want everybody's undivided attention right here. We're talking an increase of $6.3 billion of additional charges that it's going to expand 13 eastern states of the United States and the District of Columbia within the next 3 years. So if you're listening and you're in those regions, you might as well get ready. Your electric bill is going to go up. PJM, released the results of its 2028-2029 base residual auction on Tuesday. The auction secured 138,318 megawatts of unforced capacity from generation and demand response resources to serve more than 67 million people in the region. All right, this report indicates that power companies have submitted bids indicating the prices they would accept to supply electricity during periods of peak demand. Those prices determine capacity payments that flow through a retail electricity rates paid by customers. The clearing price reached the FERC approved cap of $325 per megawatt day, only slightly below the prior auction's cap. I know this is a bunch of jargon that I'm probably losing people. They're glazing over here. Cleared supply at that price level totals approximately $16.4 billion in capacity value. Though the full amount passed a ratepayer depends on hedging arrangements and self-supplied contracts, the auction also revealed a shortfall. Committed resources fell 6,831 megawatts short of PGM's reliability requirement, continuing a recent trend of tight supply margins. In other words, interpretation, this is where they're getting the estimates and where they're getting these numbers from. Somebody's got to take the shortfall. Somebody's got to, somebody's going to have to pay the bill. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is why some of these companies they're coming up with new strategies. And we talked about this on another podcast. You'll have to go search through our archives, and we did a whole podcast on this. But they are seeking out residents in certain residential places in certain states and offering them. They're offering to pay. Again, depending on the company, I've seen offers of $1,000 a month. Some is offered to pay for their internet and their entire electric bill if they would allow these data centers to go into their homes. So a company would essentially build a data center in their home, and it would power and supply. I think it's like 100-mile radius of in that proximity of where their home is, and they
What the fuck?
also they're envisioning future residentials. Now we're talking about future builds, brand new homes that will be constructed that will have AI data centers built into these homes. Now, I know somebody, as soon as I'm saying that, somebody's gonna say, well, that's ridiculous. I would never purchase a home that's like putting a 5G tower in your backyard. Who in their mind would do this?
Yeah. And plus that shit generates so much heat. And then what else? It generates a lot of heat. And the shit might catch on fire and set your house on fire with you in it. Shit.
Well, folks, listen.
But this the world we coming into, man. Fuck that shit. Man, that's why we crying on the Lord to get us out of here, man. 'Cause what the fuck I look like having a bunch of CPUs or GPUs, server racks and shit in my house? And then how much, I don't know, them things make noises too. I don't know. I don't even want to bring that up, but either way, whatever. Fuck that.
Desperate times will always result in desperate measures. People that are barely scraping by, living paycheck to paycheck, they're buried in credit cards, their cars are on, or their vehicles are being threatened to be repossessed because they can't.
They're probably willing to do anything, like accepting, have like a data center in their house, or get a chip implant inside their bodies.
Make their car payments. They can't keep groceries on the table. They can't keep the electric bill on.
And yeah, all that he's talking about, it's gonna lead now to them chip implants, because it's basically the plan for the elite to make life a living hell for you people all over the world, not just in America, but all over the world. And you ain't gonna be able to afford anything, but you'll have an opportunity to have like a reset. And plus, you being in so much debt, you'll have a debt forgiveness program. All you need to do is take the chip implant, and all the problems will go away, supposedly, and until them nukes come.
These people will be the ones who will open arm embrace this. I'm just letting you know, guys, this is the future. This is why the whole smart city idea, that's going to be, the enticement that's going to pull. All of this is pointing us in that direction. And it's crazy. This has been about 20 minutes of just talking about these data centers, how they're expanding, what their goals are, what's their next phase, what's their next selling points. All this is coming up. Meanwhile, let's talk about something that's going to affect all of us. Whether you work from home, whether you work out of your home, all of us in modern society have to have a vehicle. Now, some of us have one vehicle per household. Some of you have two. Some of you have three. Some of you have four. So all of this is relevant to each one of us. I want to show you this. This is a headline from Prophecy News Watch. 7 ways your next car could control more than just the road. 7 ways. We're going to break down these 7 ways right now. All right, number 1. Now they're putting these in. The Teslas already have this, and there's other models out there that have this. So all of your newer vehicles, and again, and it's not just Tesla, guys. We're talking about Subaru has what's called eyesight. Ford is now called, they have a system called Blue Cruise, and Cadillac, which is Chevrolet, has what's called Super Cruise. And these are all inward-facing cameras with the purpose to, quote, monitor driver distraction and fatigue. Now, remember, this all plays in that new law that...
I remember, I think it was Mercedes was like the first one to have something like that in their car, but it wasn't surveillance related. It was just when they detect your eyes drooping and dropping, they'd be like, huh, they'll shake the steering wheel or the seat and shit. I think it was Mercedes. It was like down there several years ago they had that feature. But anyway.
They passed that for that kill switch in a vehicle.
This little countertop device pulls so much hidden pesticide off your fruit that people swear something this simple can't be legal. The regulators agree. They're about to force the company to water it down for good. There's a new
in a vehicle. Inward-facing cameras. We're talking about inward-facing cameras, biometric sensors. All of this is normalizing continuous involuntary monitoring. It's making us to the point where we want to normalize this. The purpose is to function in society. We must submit to being watched everywhere we go. It's bad enough that we can't walk the streets. We can't go in a retail store. We can't even sit on our own couch at home if we have a smart television because it's watching us. So what are we doing? We're talking about we're conditioning a society to accept a system where physical bodily monitoring, such as biometrics on the hand, eyes, whatnot, is required to access basic daily functions. And again, if you know Revelation 13, guys, the scripture tells us in Revelation 13:16 that whatever this system is of the beast that the false prophet implements, it will require all, both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in or on the right hand or in or on their forehead.
Yeah, it could be in your left hand. It could be in your feet, your butt cheeks, titty, big titty, small titty, and man boobs if you got man boobs. But yeah, I ain't trying to see people be weird like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, and then in your forehead, the brain chip, because that's the mark of the beast. Implantable microchip, RFID microchip implants is the mark of the beast. It ain't what some people will say. The RFID chip is the mark. No, the RFID chip. Don't forget about the implant part. Don't forget about the implant part. You're gonna have an RFID chip implant inside of you. Now, RFID chip, you find them on cards, on debit cards, plastic, and shit like that. But when it's an implantable microchip, that's a different story. It could be anywhere in your body, but when it comes to the brain chip, that shit gonna just be exclusively for your brain. And shit, yeah, that's the mark of the beast. And if you don't take it, you can't live in society. There's gonna be things you're gonna be restricted of. Hell, they might end up taking your ass away and throwing you in prison. End up killing your ass. I don't know, but that's why you got to build your faith and trust in Yahweh Shema Shah. Because all these bad things I'm just mentioning doesn't mean that's going to be it. Once you're not accepting this system that Esau got set up, it's not the end all be all, and that's it. You just gonna die and that's it. No. There's an opportunity, there's a chance for survival here. Survival when this day comes. But right now, you got to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah. And that's your only way for protection. And I'm not going to say it's guaranteed because the Lord can have you as a martyr. You never know. I don't know. But one thing I can tell you, man, seek the Lord, repent, do the best you can do. Because it's going to be a rough, bumpy ride. And I don't know, some men say it's exciting times. Yeah. You want to be, I don't know how to say it. Say prayed up, shit. It's exciting to some men, but shit. I want to pray like heaven, Lord, have mercy on me. I don't want to be thinking, yeah, the Lord going to take care of me all the way through. And then, how do you know? Shit, you might not be worthy of the Lord to be, have you, the Lord's protecting you and such. I don't know. But that's why, hey man, that's why you pray about it. You pray about it. You repent. And all that good stuff. I don't know what else to tell you, man. I'm tired. Let's get back to the video.
Will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. All right, so number one, Your newer vehicles are going to be watching you through biometric and behavioral surveillance. Number two, your vehicle knows more about you than what you think. How? How, Brother Ricky? Well, through GPS, Bluetooth syncing, connected apps. All of these vehicles are building deep profiles on all of our daily habits. Where we work, what we worship to, what we listen to, the music we listen to. Where do we take our children to school at? Where we receive medical treatment, our favorite restaurants, our favorite places we like to shop. Well, of course, all of this data has a major commercial value because companies like GM are sharing driving data with insurance brokers. And have you ever noticed, if you have a smartphone, which the vast majority of us do that are watching or listening to this, you will, have you ever driven somewhere and you come across a shopping center and you will get an email?
You'll get an email or an ad, or even on YouTube. You might be watching a YouTube video and you going past I don't know. So anything can happen. Like say you going past Home Depot, driving past Home Depot. You're not moving too fast. You like in the parking lot. You just rolling past Home Depot, and then all of a sudden you playing a YouTube video, and then all of a sudden it cuts to commercial, and there's a YouTube commercial of there's a commercial. Home Depot pops up, and you be like, what the fuck? I'm passing Home Depot, and there's a commercial coming up. Anyway.
From a particular retail store in proximity of where you're driving.
Yeah.
How are they doing that? Right here. This is what we're talking about here. So again, we're talking about control, guys, over buying, selling, requiring absolute visibility, a global system that will track you and meet you wherever you go. We're a system that maps out your daily life, where you work, where you go to church, where you attend school, take your kids to school, where you go grocery shopping. All of this through GPS, connected data, and all of this. Look, and these new vehicles are even eliminating the off-grid options, ensuring that there's nowhere to hide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember watching that one chick. It was an Edomite looking chick, a little skinny little chick. She had got a brand new Toyota vehicle. Oh, praise you about your mouth shut. Why you about your mouth shut? Yeah, I looked at the phone that was recording. It said 41 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock or the timer. But the chick here bought a brand new Toyota, and she said she got the option to turn it off. And I was like, turn off all the surveillance features, and I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. You ain't got no option. They'll make you think you got options, but you ain't got no. Just like you having this phone in your hand, you can just think you got on airplane mode, but they still tracking where you at. You can have the phone turned off, and they still track where you at. And you see why they don't. A lot of phones now being made without. They're made where you don't have the ability to take the battery out. The phone that I'm recording right now, that one got the ability. This phone got the ability to I can take the phone out, but the phone that's playing the YouTube video, you don't have the ability to take the phone out with this one. And they done it on purpose so they can keep that shit. Well, the phone ain't gonna always be on, but it's gonna be on when it comes to tracking your ass. That's when it's gonna always stay on, unless that battery's completely dead. It's just nothing, no life in it, or no energy in it. Not no life, but no energy in it.
This is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Number three, our driving is becoming a digital score.
I want to invite you to a free trading and investing workshop right here in Atlanta, inside the perimeter.
Is becoming a digital score. Did you know that? Our driving is becoming a digital score. Insurance tracking programs like Progressive Snapshot or State Farm Drive Safe and Save evaluate acceleration, braking, and speed in what begins as voluntary discount mechanisms, sets up the infrastructure for searchable, measurable digital driving profiles. Now you say, now look, I know, I get it. If your insurance company is going to say, hey, we're going to give you 10% off your bill, that's a lot of money. If you will just take this survey, if you will allow us to track your behavior and this and that. But I want you to think about this. Think about this. Driving scores based on braking, speed, and behavior normalize the concept that privileges must be earned through digital compliance. Wow. Let me say that again. Driving scores based on how you drive, again, how you brake, and trust me, I've been with some people on how they drive.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm on my phone. I'm charging my phone while I'm recording, and now the Now the charging, my battery bank clunked out on me or just gave out. I ain't had much life in this thing. So now I was at 29%. Now I dropped down to 20% that fast. I'm gonna go to the truck and I'm gonna finish up recording in the truck. I'm gonna drive too on my way to destination, but also let the video play. But I gotta switch it over to another phone because I want to try to play the video through the auxiliary connection instead of Bluetooth connection. So let me hurry up and get back to the truck. Yeah. But yeah, they want to go above and beyond when it comes to tracking and knowing all your information and shit. Not just from your car, but from your house. Hell, Nah, I wouldn't say they'll have something like that. I was just thinking to myself about, they had like a, nah. But these devils here think of all kind of shit just to maximize their ability to control people. Let me see how much power I got left. I'm down to 19%. Let me go ahead and charge this thing up. Damn hot up in this beach. Ship draining fast too. Let me get stuff situated. Put that right there. Whew, shit. It'd be nice to have some AC, working AC. My AC don't work in the truck. I don't even use it anyway. Phone would start acting all damn slow and shit. Come on, nigga. Now I gotta reopen. Slog it for the wait. Let me pause the video. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back.
Based on how you drive, again, how you brake. And trust me, I've been with some people on how they drive, and if anything, they should not be getting a discount. They should be getting charged more money per month. I'm just saying. Anyway, based on your behavior, what this is doing, it is creating the normalization of an idea that privileges must be earned through digital compliance. Folks, this is the exact infrastructure.
Say China. What China got? Same shit that China got. This nigga. Anyway.
Needed for a westernized social credit system. One society accepts that a low score.
Hey, you know, TV shows like Black Mirror had that same episodes about shit like this. With the one, what is it called? With Lacey. I forgot what that shit was called. What's that shit called? I don't know, but her name was Lacey. And she was down. Everybody was like walking on pins and needles. Had to be happy, smiling all the time. Be like, come on, guy, give me extra points. Because I'm dying over here. I'm gonna lose certain privileges if I don't get this and get that. Shit. And you had this one woman at the end that didn't give a fuck. She was like, fuck that shit.
A low score can raise your insurance. It won't be long until a low loyalty or compliance score restricting your travel, blocking your bank account, or cutting off your food supply will be the next step. Wow, guys, that's deep. That's deep. Just think about that. All right, number 4. If this is not creepy enough, we're going to get through this here, I promise you. Number 4, you may own your car, but not control your car. Let me say that again. You may own your vehicle, but not control your vehicle. Car ownership is becoming intertwined with software licensing. What does this mean? It means there's now a new trend where automakers are using over-the-air updates or subscription paywalls to lock or unlock features already physically installed in your car. One example is like the BMW's heated seats or the Tesla's performance updates. In other words, this is so infuriating, guys. You paid for this, but you can't even access it, even though you bought the stupid car outright, or you're paying payments on it every month, but yet you can't access these features that are already in the vehicle unless you pay a subscription.
Now GM, Cadillac, and Chevy say you're going to pay a monthly fee. They're going to phase out the ability for your Apple or Android phone to connect to your car, to see your navigation, to text people back.
That's why you go aftermarket. That's what I did. I went aftermarket on my vehicle.
To listen to your Apple, Spotify music. No. You have to pay for their service, and then you can utilize all that stuff. Originally, they said it was only going to be on EVs. Now they've announced by 2028, every car that comes out will have only their software, and your phone will no longer have the ability to connect it because they will block it.
Now think about that. In all of these states, they passed these laws where it's a hand-free state. Not state of Georgia, hand-free. That police catch you with your phone in your hand, or one of these flock cameras catch you with your phone in your lap, open. You will get a ticket in the mail for that, or you will get pulled over for it. So
what about cameras in your, they suspect you're on your phone is in your hand, and your car, hell, your phone should have taken that shit already. Heck yeah. The phone should already take that. The phone tell on your ass.
Know this, and this is where they're getting us. This is just sad, guys. Again, more enslavement.
There's no way of getting around it because it looks like every manufacturer is going to go this route, and they expect you to pay this well after you've paid for the car that has the feature that they're blocking,
right?
So that they can monetize and have another stream of income.
And there's more to it than that. It's control. Because when you subscribe to that subscription, they're getting that data from you. They're getting that information from you. It's going to a database. Hello, and they're storing all that information. Don't get it twisted, guys.
It's not enough to gouge and sell you an over-expensive, not very well-made car. On top of that, you will pay monthly for the rest of your life.
Well, yeah, hold on, brother. But we can't even fix and repair our own cars if these lunatics have their way. If Ford and GM have their way, which one of the things I'm thankful for that Trump is trying to do, they're trying to block this, but they're trying to pass a legislation where we can't even repair our own vehicles, and because that will be illegal, because they want us to pay all these premium prices to fix our vehicles that we pay for.
If you want to use navigation or play your music on their car.
Okay, what I'm about to tell you sounds illegal, but it's not. You know how people call roofing companies just to figure out what it might cost? Yeah, that's literally what I was about to do. Don't. There's this roofing calculator people are using.
Music on their car.
So think about this, guys. Over-the-air updates, subscription paywalls, and digital permissions translates to that you no longer truly own physical property, but you are merely licensing it. Does that sound familiar? Oh yeah, you will own nothing and be happy. Oh, the beast system is cheering this on right now. Yes, this is exactly what they want. If you don't comply with Global Authority, your digital license will be revoked. A centralized entity will just flip a switch, turn off your heated seats, disable your engine, deactivate your software key with the press of a button, and you're simply reduced to a tenant in your own life. Now here's a terrifying one. We're on number 5. If for some reason maybe you're just tuning in on the premiere of this, we're talking about 7 features that are coming to vehicles.